Hello, hello viewers. Welcome to Crazy Healer. My name is Rajkumar, and after a long time, due to this COVID-19 pandemic for the lockdown, we have suffered at least 6 to 7 months in this lockdown. Or sorry for the delay. Now today we will discuss a new topic on the COVID-19. ग्लूकोज की प्लेयर इन कोविड-19 पैंडेमिक, मतलब कि जो ग्लूकोज का क्या रोल है इस कोविड-19 इन्फेक्शन में। वी ऑल नो दैट कोविड-19 सीवियरिटी इज़ वेरी कोविड-19 इन्फेक्शन इज़ क्लोजली एसोसिएटेड विद ग्लूकोज मेटाबॉलिज्म, बट little is known about the derange and intercellular mechanism which include glucose transport and the glucose glycolytic cycle and HMP shunt, as well as respiratory cycle of mitochondria. On the other hand, the cases is not similar with the population having diabetes or glucose impaired glucose metabolism, which may be due to डायबिटीज़। वो डायबिटीज़ की वजह से हो सकता है, प्रोलॉन्ग फास्टिंग, मतलब काफ़ी टाइम से स्टार्वेशन या फास्टिंग पे हैं उन पे हो सकता है, या स्ट्रेस सिचुएशन है, या कोई और कारण हो सकता है, या तो ओबेसिटी है। ये सारे कारण हो सकते हैं किसी मतलब ग्लूकोज इम्पेयरमेंट का। और नेक्स्ट है कि इन दिस केसेस कोविड-19 इन्फेक्शन may take a serious look and can be fatal to a large extent. The body undergo stress response and they occur a cytokine storm. Cytokine storm बनेगा, cytokine storm phase बनेगा, जिसकी वजह से क्या होगा कि हार्मोनल जो चेंज होते हैं वो होने लगेंगे, लीडिंग टू इंक्रीज। हार्मोनल चेंज में क्या होगा कि जो एड्रेनालिन है वो इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, इंक्रीज इन एड्रेनालिन एंड इंक्रीज इन स्टेरॉयडल हार्मोन्स। स्टेरॉयडल हार्मोन कौन से होते हैं? एंडोजीनस स्टेरॉयडल हार्मोन्स होते हैं वो, एंड इंटरल्यूकिन 6। इन सब चीज़ों का लेवल जो हमारे ब्लड में है ये बढ़ जाता है। तो अब मैं इसको अब समराइज करता हूँ एक फ्लो चार्ट में। आप देखेंगे इसमें फ्लो चार्ट अभी मैं स्क्रीन पर दिखाता हूँ आपको। ग्लूकोज अवेलेबिलिटी एट द सेलुलर लेवल, मतलब जो ग्लूकोज हमारे सेलुलर लेवल पे है उसकी अवेलेबिलिटी को दिखा रहा है कि इतना है, ठीक है। तो एक नॉर्मल आदमी के लिए हम जाते हैं कि एक नॉर्मल आदमी में ग्लूकोज है, एक इम्पेयर्ड ग्लूकोज मेटाबॉलिज्म वाले में है, ठीक है। तो एक जो नॉर्मल आदमी में है उसके अंदर अगर इन्फेक्शन होगा, मतलब जिसके अंदर कोई ग्लूकोज मेटाबॉलिज्म की दिक्कत नहीं है, मतलब नॉर्मल है, तो उसमें क्या होगा कि नो इन्फेक्शन। और ये तो उसको इन्फेक्शन होगा नहीं, अगर होगा भी तो ये सिम्टोमेटिक होगा। आप उसमें सिम्टम्स नहीं आएंगे, मतलब कोई भी सिम्टम नहीं आएंगे, वो इन्फेक्ट होगा और कुछ 1-2 हफ्ता जो भी अपना 14 दिन का होता है उसके बाद वो रिकवर कर जाएगा और उसके अंदर कोई सिम्टम नहीं आएंगे। बट इन इम्पेयर्ड ग्लूकोज या जिसमें ग्लूकोज की अवेलेबिलिटी की प्रॉब्लम है, इंटरसेलुलर या एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर, मोस्टली तो हम इंटरसेलुलर की बात करें, एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर में तो ग्लूकोज होता है लेकिन हमारी सेल इसको यूज़ नहीं कर पाती हैं। तो उसमें क्या होगा कि उसमें कोविड-19 के सिम्टम प्रेजेंट होंगे जिसके अंदर ग्लूकोज मेटाबॉलिज्म की प्रॉब्लम है, उसके अंदर जो कोविड-19 इन्फेक्शन होगा ये प्रेजेंट होगा। इसके कारण क्या हो सकते हैं? डायबिटीज़ हो सकता है। ग्लूकोज इम्पेयरमेंट के कारण क्या है? डायबिटीज़, फास्टिंग या स्ट्रेस सिचुएशन या ओबेसिटी, 4 कारण हो सकते हैं। तो इसमें ग्लूकोज इम्पेयरमेंट हो रही, तो जो हमने बताया था कि साइटोकाइन स्टॉर्म जो बन रहा था हमारा, उसमें क्या होता है? इंक्रीज एड्रेनालिन बताया था मैंने आपको, इंक्रीज स्टेरॉयडल हार्मोन जो कि एक्सोजेनस है, और इंक्रीज इन IL-6 मतलब इंटरल्यूकिन 6 इंक्रीज हो जाएंगे ब्लड में, और डिक्रीज इन लिम्फोसाइट, डिक्रीज इन एसिनोफिल्स भी कम हो जाएंगे। तो these changes क्या लीड्स टू इंक्रीज इन ब्लड ग्लूकोज लेवल, मतलब जो ब्लड ग्लूकोज हमारे ब्लड में है वो तो ग्लूकोज का हाइपरग्लाइसीमिया हो जाएगा, मतलब ग्लूकोज हमारे ब्लड में बढ़ जाएगा, लेकिन वो अनअवेलेबल हो गया हमारे सेलों के लिए। हमारे सेल में ग्लूकोज की कमी हो जाएगी, लेकिन हमारे सेल के बाहर ग्लूकोज अवेलेबल होगा, लेकिन हमें वो यूज़ नहीं कर सकते हमारी सेल्स। तो इससे क्या होगा? जो केस है हमारा सीवियर हो जाएगा, और इतना सीवियर हो सकता है कि इसमें डेथ भी हो सकती है। अब आगे की जो प्रक्रिया है हमारे दोस्त श्रेयस दयाल बताएंगे। Thank you.
This is Shreyash Dayal, a member of Team Crazy Healer. Continuing my work from my colleague Rajkumar, I'm moving forward on the topic from where he left. So, the endogenous steroids secreted in response to stress have a different action on body functioning. It increases the blood glucose level, causing hyperglycemia condition, but which remain unavailable to the cell, causing pre-diabetic stage. This may also increase interleukin 6 levels in blood plasma, decreasing the levels of lymphocyte and eosinophil, causing lymphocytopenia and eosinopenia. These all changes are evident in severe COVID-19 infection. Now, with the help of flowchart, I will explain you this whole criteria. The hypoglycemic condition will cause increase in the level of cortisol and adrenaline level in blood, which in turn increase the interleukin 6 levels, which will cause decrease in eosinophil and lymphocyte level, causing eosinopenia and lymphocytopenia, which in turn overall causes cytokinin storm. The above observation has been additional finding on the ongoing PSCOV trial. PSCOV mean pH based integrated SARS-CoV-2 immunity in human subjects, being done on 113 subjects and is a double-blind randomized controlled trial. The author observed the high risk subjects of both study as well as control group shares a common characteristic as a cohort which demonstrate the worsening of COVID-19 syndrome in the above mentioned category, having a common pathophysiology of altered glucose availability to the cell. Some studies were performed to assess cell glucose metabolism, that when there is a panic attack or anxiety attack, during panic attack there is significant increase in demand of glucose uptake by the cell, but supply is impaired, which causes intracellular hypoglycemia condition. Severe hypoglycemia is associated with marked curtailment of glucose to the cell organelles and their functioning. In a hospital-based study on 113 subjects group, the number of diabetic were 37 and new onset diabetic were 11. So many patients for the first time developed diabetic, which the author labeled as COVID-19 induced diabetic. This may be stressed hyperglycemia also, but on 3-month follow-up and recovery from COVID-19, there was still hyperglycemia, which rules out the stress hyperglycemia condition. Now our mentor, Dr. Siddharth Agarwal, will continue the lecture from here. So, thank you.
So, as my colleagues have briefed about the dysregulated glucose metabolism leading to progression of a mild flu-like illness to the severe acute respiratory illness, and which is preventable. So, talking about the current scenario of COVID-19 pandemic with evolving second wave around the world, I would like again to stress that if we keep in mind the glucose molecule and its pattern of presentation, like the patient coming with hypoglycemia or hyperglycemia, both the variations of normal glucose have a profound effect on how a patient, which can present as a mild flu-like illness, eventually lands up in a severe respiratory disorder and serious COVID syndrome. So, it all starts with the glycolysis cycle, which is in normal patient present as a aerobic metabolism from formation of pyruvate to the formation of ATP and through the respiratory cycle. But what happens is when the pyruvate is metabolized via anaerobic cycle, it gets converted into a lactic acid, so which leads to the lactic acidosis, and the lactate generated is transported to the liver, where again it is converted back to pyruvate, as you will see in the flow diagram. And the lactate also cause the gluconeogenesis and it re-enters the Krebs cycle and glycolytic pathway. So, the liver clears 70% of this generated lactate mainly through gluconeogenesis and partly by oxidation to carbon dioxide and water. So, tissues rich in mitochondria like skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles and the proximal tubules of the kidney, they eliminate the remaining lactates. So, this you can appreciate the slide where the glucose in its normal cycle is converted into pyruvate, and through Krebs cycle via acetyl coenzyme A, it is metabolized, but otherwise in a stress like situation or when there is increased glycolysis, it gets converted into lactate and causing the lactic acidosis, which is responsible for SARI, because any rate of increase in glycolysis results in high generation of pyruvate, and the pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme, as we know, is overwhelmed by the excessive pyruvate levels. Further conversion of pyruvate to lactate by lactate dehydrogenase enzyme. So, this happens in the hypermetabolic states like fever, thyrotoxicosis, and the use of some beta adrenergic drugs like adrenaline. So, this is the main turning point as per our observation and hypothesis, that a patient of a mild flu-like illness, maybe COVID, if the anaerobic pathway of lactate production is not activated, so the body glucose is normally metabolized by the Krebs cycle and it do not progress to SARI or severe acute respiratory illness, and the LDH levels, lactate dehydrogenase levels, do not rise. So, this is a critical gateway, and if we take care of this step, we can prevent the progression of a mild flu-like illness to the SARI. So, I think that the above explanation of my colleagues and the summary which I just told you is sufficient to support the observation of high incidence of SARI in COVID-19 patients with diabetes, as well as the high incidence of new onset of diabetes in COVID-19 patients. Here I would like to mention a word that earlier we were saying that diabetes is a lifestyle disorder, particularly type 2 diabetes, and type 1 diabetes is a inherited disorder or autoimmune disorder. But again, seeing the high incidence of new onset of diabetes in SARI COVID patients to the order of 20%, we can say that diabetes is also a disorder produced by infection, particularly with reference to COVID-19 and what we call as the germ theory of diabetes. So, this heightened lactate levels and leads to the activation of critical inflammatory pathway with increased levels of interleukin 6 as well as high ferritin levels, which ultimately lead to cytokine storm syndrome seen in serious COVID patients and multi-organ failure. Now, a word about our study, which we will present very soon through our group, as well as due to be published in an international journal, and it is about how we can prevent therapeutically this in an OPD setting of a mild flu-like illness of COVID-19 to SARI. And the turning point is, again, if we give low dose of steroid, we use dexamethasone in the dose of 3 milligrams per day, and we significantly prevented the progression of mild flu-like illness to the severe acute respiratory illness, and we will very soon come up with that paper. Thank you very much.